All right, today on this windy day, I'm gonna put Team Catfish Fiber Nuggets up against Catfish Pro Catfish Bait. Both of these are cheese flavored. Now I'm at a pond that hasn't been stocked with catfish in a long time, so I might not actually catch anything here. I may have to move to other spots to see if I can catch a catfish on one of these baits. But I'm gonna get these on the hook and put in the water. Now you can see here, the Team Catfish Fiber Nugget is an actual nugget with powder all over it. And it is kind of soft, but from what I've seen in the past, it stays on the hook pretty good. I'm using 1/0 Team Catfish double action circle hooks on both of my rods. Because most of the catfish are tiny here, I'm just going to use one. And I'm going to apologize in advance. There's going to be a lot of wind noise on this video. I just can't avoid it. I don't have any kind of wind muff for the GoPro. Now this Catfish Pro bait is more like a piece of cheese. It's a square block. And same thing, I'm just going to hook one on here. I've never used this bait before. Let's see how this works. Now I do have a bonus rod with me. One of my big rods. Got skipjack in there, and I'm going to put a big piece of skipjack and toss it out there. I've seen really big catfish caught out of this pond, and I think it's from people who've caught them in the main lake and have brought them here and dropped them in this pond. This is a public pond, and 1 or 2 big catfish could survive in here for a while. Now if the city dumped in like, 1,000 pounds of big cats in this pond, the majority of them would die within a month, which is a big problem with those trophy pay lakes. They are draining our wild lakes dry of big cats. Because this is a park, I keep the parts contained within my cooler here. Let's see if anyone's... Whoa. Let's see if anyone's put a big one in here. Let's see if I can catch something. Can't tell if that's a fish or wind messing with the right one. The water's still going to be pretty cold, so maybe they're lethargic here. Not a fish. I have a feeling I might be publishing a skunked video. Bluebird skies with a lot of wind means high pressure, which usually turns the fish off. And if I get skunked, I think this will be the second time ever that fiber nuggets have skunked me. Almost every time I've taken fiber nuggets out in the past, I've caught a catfish. I will try moving to other spots before I give up, and I will show you guys what they look like at the end of the hook when I reel these in. I'd like to see if that Catfish Pro bait stays on the hook as good as the Team Catfish Fiber Nuggets does. Maybe I can find a nice fishing spot that's out of the wind too. We will see what happens. Well, I missed that bite. It was on the Fiber Nuggets. Team Catfish Fiber Nuggets got the first bite. Unless they robbed the hook of the bait. It did what they normally do here. It just grabbed it and let go really quick. Most of the catfish in this pond are farm-raised channel catfish, and they're really small. A lot of people fish here, so when they get big enough to keep, people keep them. Although there's high levels of arsenic in this water. And that's because the school over here is built on top of a toxic waste dump. Hopefully the fish will come back. Well, it looks like the blue skies are winning today. I'm going to reel these up and check the baits. Show you guys what they look like after being in the water for a couple hours. Catfish Pro Bait stayed on the hook. I'm going to put a new piece on here. All right, got another piece on here. Stayed on the hook pretty good. The Team Catfish bait stayed on the hook too. I'll put a new piece on this one too. There we go. New piece of Team Catfish Fiber Nugget. Cheese flavored. I am making sure the hook tip is exposed on both of these baits, which is pretty easy to do. I am kind of impressed with the Team Catfish Fiber Nuggets. I think they've changed how they made them a little bit. They all look about the same size now, and they're these big chunks. The first versions of the Team Catfish Fiber Nuggets was all kinds of different sizes. Some of them really too thin to hook and stay on the hook. So they're now more consistent, like the Catfish Pro Bait. All of these are cheese squares, and all of them are pretty much the same size. And both of these baits have been in the direct sun, and they don't look like they're melted or anything. And I'm not going to touch the skipjack. I'm just going to leave it out there for now and give this maybe 30 minutes to an hour before I move to another spot, unless I catch a fish. Well, I just had a wind gust so strong that it blew the camera over. Probably 20-mile-per-hour wind there. I think I'm going to go ahead and reel these up and head to a different spot. The wind and the blue skies and the high pressure are winning right now. But they do call it fishing and not catching for a reason. At least I get to show you guys what the baits look like after they've been in the water for a while. Still on the hook. And this one's still on the hook.